Welcome to the Pro Tools Tips video brought to you by Lilac Writer. In this one, we're going to talk about adjusting the timing or adjusting the feel of your music to match the groove of your drum part. And there's some high-tech ways to do this that many programs offer. Pro Tools has Beat Detective. You can extract the groove and do things like that. We're not going to do any of that. We're going to do this using just simple editing tools. So before we start, I'm going to play the material that we've got, and you'll see that it's a little off. I'm not going to worry about this little intro piece to get started, so I'm just going to move it out of the way, and I'm going to take the four main regions that I'm working with and just move them back to 0 for now. And these are just copies of that material anyway, so I'm just going to remove those from the project. So that gives me this. So we're going to focus on the bass first. So because of that, I'm going to solo the bass along with the drum part, and we're going to zoom up a little bit more. Now you can immediately see graphically that the bass part doesn't line up. I'm going to go to slip mode. I'm going to actually do much of this editing in slip mode. The thing that's interesting about this is a live drum loop. We're going to actually use the waveform on the drum part to line up the things that we want. So first of all, I'm going to give a little listen here to the drum part. So this, and this are all kicks. So I think I'm going to use that in this editing process and maybe just even rearrange this bass line a little bit. Here's the bass line. All right, so that's what we've got to work with. And I'll zoom back up. And now I'm going to use the editing tools we've used in previous videos. I've got tab to transient on. I'm going to tab. I'm going to break right there. I'm going to go back here and break, and then delete this little piece here. I'll go here, tab to transient, break, and I'll go here, and if you remember, S will trim to that point on a clip. And I'll go in here. I'll leave that little noise slide or whatever that is be delete, and I'll take that out. This looks clean here. I'll do tab to transient B, and I don't know what that noise is. I'll go back about here and hit S to trim off the end of that. And now I'm going to click on one of these whole regions, and the reason I'm doing that is to set the in and out points of my loop. On the transport, I've got loop playback turned on, which you need to do in order to get it to loop around. If I zoom in around here, then I'm still in slip mode. I can just sort of grab these and get them to line up more so with the groove. I can zoom in even more with the T command if I want to be a little more accurate with that. And I've effectively also gated out this piece of the bass line. So I'm just doing a few, quick visual edits. Now you can see that this is a groove, so this isn't falling, right on the perfect eighth note. But I'm going to just temporarily match that up and see how that works out. I'll click here. I've got to get this soloed. All right, well, it's in time better, but what I don't like about it is that the bass line here just has a mind of its own. It's not locked in with the kick. So since I identified the kicks here, I'm going to just actually do a little rearranging on this part and find the kick. And that's a little bit long. Now I'll put this one back here. Right, there's another kick. I'm even shortening up the bass note a little bit. There's another kick here. Rather than just do two in a row, I think I'll take this one here and copy it with Command D. That gives me another one, and I'll drag that over to this kick location. We'll audition that. This little thing is mimicking the open hat. I don't like it. I'm just going to take that out for now. And then I'll go back to the beginning with return. We'll loop it with this. All right, now that I've got that bass line done, I'm going to go back to grid mode, and we're going to group this to create one nice solid region. I'm using grid mode, and I'm going to put this back to 1 bar. So I'm going to swipe that over this whole 2 bar region, and now right click and select group. And see, that gives me a nice region that I can work with. And I can use Command D to duplicate that. Next, we're going to go to the guitar part. Sometimes it's helpful to drag the part you're working on up near the drums so that you can actually reference the part better. I'm going to solo this part and not solo the other. Now, right here, that's coming in late, obviously. So I'm going to go back in here, back to slip mode with F2. I'm going to go right here. I'm going to use my tab to transient, put a B break right there, and separate that out a little bit. I'll go here, tab to transient. I'm also going to do a little bit of a break right in here, and we'll just roll that back. And for this kind of editing, usually you're going to need to zoom in more. So I'm zooming in with the T command. This region is separated out, so I'm going to bring that back into alignment. And the reason that I clipped it on both ends is because I don't want to move around the other parts. I only want to move around this. And then we'll rejoin it to this part here by grabbing this, bringing it back, and then I'm going to show you how to crossfade. Provided I've got the Smart tool on, the bottom part here turns into this kind of a top view of a pyramid. And as I drag that across between the two clips, I'll create a crossfade. Like that. Now we'll back out of that and listen to that. That's a little late compared to the groove. This doesn't look too bad. And to do some of these edits, you need to zoom in a bit. And I'm going to use B. Now, we're not going for perfection, especially on a kind of a groove like this, but we're not really going for perfection because we're really lining up with the groove of the drum part. That's why I'm in slip mode and I'm using the drum part as the reference instead of the grid. You can see that there's a big, there's quite a few problems here. So I'm going to separate this here. We'll slip this back a little bit and separate this here and slip that back. So I'm doing some of this visually, but we've got to listen to it to see if it makes any sense. Yeah, actually much improved over what I had.